So, in less than 10 minutes, I'm going to explain to you quickly exactly 3 reasons why 99% of people will never learn French and it's holding them back from ever succeeding. So the first thing is strong learning method. Most people, when they try and learn French, they simply do the wrong things. For example, they learn grammar, they use Duolingo, they read vocabulary lists, or they do something such as do private tutoring. And the problem with these methods is they don't work. By themselves, each individual method can have their little uses. However, if you really want to learn French and become fluent or build up an intermediate level from beginner to intermediate, then through to advanced as well, within a year, or even within 6 months, you can't do it with these methods because they're not efficient enough. If you studied Duolingo grammar books for 3, 5, 10 years, you would eventually get to a good French level. However, I'm not here to waste time, you're not either. And if you want to learn French, you want to learn it as fast as possible and correctly. So to do it correctly, you can't use those methods. So that's the first reason. And the second reason is commitment. So most people, when they start to learn French, they don't really commit. They don't say, okay, here I am today. There's where I want to be in 3, 6, 12 months, 24 months. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit to achieving those things, getting to those goals. They don't do that. They don't sit down and do that properly. They don't write out their goals. They don't make them super specific. And what that means is they might gain a bit of momentum at the start because they're enjoying learning French. They're making a little bit of progress and they're thinking, oh, this is easy. I'll just continue to do it. However, the problems happen when you get up one morning, one day, one evening, you get home from work and you don't want to study French. And when that happens, most people just give up. They don't continue with their French because they don't have that commitment, that hard commitment they made to themselves at the start, and they end up just stopping. They say, oh, it's too hard, I can't do it anymore. So that's the second reason. And there's 3 kinds of commitments as well. I say there's one, time commitment. So how much time are you going to spend every day on French? Because it's got to be every day as well. So for me, when I learned, it was 30 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes even 60, 90 minutes, on average about 45 minutes, 40 minutes a day. And then secondly, I call it an emotional commitment, an emotional or social commitment. What that means is, what's your deep reason for learning French? Why is it important to you? Do you want to go to Canada to pass the exam, right? And in order to go and work there and get a visa, you need to pass the TEF exam. Or do you want to travel to France? Do you have friends that are French, but you don't know how to speak it? Lots of different reasons, you need to know yours. And then the third kind of commitment that people don't make is a financial commitment. So your money's here to be used. Decide what you want to spend it on, right? People who go and spend $5,000 to get perfect seats at the Taylor Swift concert, they love Taylor Swift, so they spend money on that. If you want to learn French, if you're serious about it, you got to be prepared to spend some money. What you spend it on, completely up to you. You decide. But if you want to move through as fast as possible to learn French, I find that going to someone who's done the thing that I need to do and knows how to help me is the best thing, and that's up to you to decide. And the third reason why 99% of people never learn French is they don't believe they can. It's very simple because from year 0 to year 18, as you go through school, even afterwards, as you go through college or university, when you're 20, 21, 22, everyone around you, even your family, friends, most people, they'll tell you, oh, learning French is too hard, the grammar's crazy, doesn't make any sense. You would have had to go on to France when you were 5 years old and learned it for 10 years to ever be fluent. Right? It's impossible to do unless you spend stacks of money as well. Well, that's not true. And the only reason that most people fail as well for this belief section is simply that they don't see people around them, adults around them, learning French successfully. And that's because firstly, they've got a bad learning method. Secondly, they don't commit, right? And this belief part is caused from those two. So when you've got a really bad learning method, you're doing things that don't progress you. Everyone around you, if they're trying to learn French, they tried it at school, they failed, they just gave up. You think, oh, I don't see anyone around me who's learned French. Like, how could I succeed? Because, you think, oh, I'm not as smart as other people. It's an insecurity as well. It's a natural insecurity to have. But to break that insecurity, you need to surround yourself with people, even 1 or 2 people who really know how to do it and have done it before as well. So for me personally, I learned French to fluency in just 12 months. And, I may be someone for you where I can help you get to where you want to arrive in French. If you want to become fluent, if you want to get to an intermediate level from dead beginner with 0 experience or even some bad experiences in the past, it's something that's key. You need to have people around you who know how to succeed, who have succeeded before, and can help you on your journey. Now for you, how would you become a part of the 1% who do succeed with French? Well, very simple. You need a good learning method. You need to make commitment to your goals. You need to decide what your goals are and commit to them. And then thirdly, you need to have that belief. And to develop that belief, you need people around you who've succeeded in learning French. I mean, you're on YouTube right now. Have a look. There might be some other YouTubers that are really helpful for you. Go have a look, go have a try, and try out some of their learning methods. And after you do that, see if it works. If you've got any questions, you can put them in the comments there. I'm happy to help. And I'm on Instagram as well, so I put content through there, help people learn French. And also, if you wanted to be with me one-on-one, where I can walk you through and team up with you to ensure that you do achieve your French goals, you can do that as well. But there's always free content here for you to enjoy, so have a great day. Thank you for listening.